All right, so let's get it. Welcome back to another edition of Nothing But
Answer.
Answers. Answers.
Answer.
Answers.
A, the place to come to get all the answers that you need. We have all the answers that you need. So, what you do with those answers is totally up to you and you. How's everybody doing this week?
Good.
Doc?
Doing good. Doing
Good. It's a good week.
Good. It was somebody's birthday. Somebody's birthday.
my birthday
Whose birthday
today.
is it?
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday. Happy
Nice.
birthday, Dawn.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
Are you doing anything special? Where you going?
Yeah, my family gonna take me out. My daughter cooked already, but my son is on his way over. So, yep. A beautiful day. I get to hang out with my
Family and
son
everything.
and his mother. Yeah, and his mother's coming along, so that's gonna be great.
Yeah. Was that sarcasm?
No,
No, that was true. That was true feelings.
Okay, because Daryl laughed, so I thought
I
I
just,
missed
that was a,
something.
It's an inside joke.
I just wanted to be there with him in the moment. It was a ha ha ha.
Okay.
We understand what's going on here. So,
Yeah.
Lovely, how are you doing?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm holding it together.
There we go. That's all we can do. All we can do is hold it together. You know what I mean? I guess I'm doing well. Another week. It's this cold weather that really just starting to bother me. I can't take it. It's too cold.
You got the
Like,
snow? Did y'all
Say
get
again?
snow? Did y'all get the
no,
snow?
I saw some flurries earlier, but no snow. You know what I mean? So, but just saying it's going to be snow is a problem.
Yes.
To me.
We got a blanket down here, and then it melted by the afternoon, but it did blanket everything.
Okay. And you're down southern more, right?
Yeah, way down there.
That's not good. It's not
No,
good. It's not
it's
looking
not.
good. It looks like it's gonna pick up. Hey, what's up with the week? Any news from the week? Anything this week that was wanted to touch on before we get into it?
I sent a couple things, man, and I know it's one I wanted. I forgot. It was when I sent you down. I think I sent it to you, or I
Okay,
sent it to the chat. Yeah.
I'll look real fast.
Oh, they had the big thing about 50 Cent with the Diddy documentary.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we can talk about that. Do more push-ups, Vaughn. Someone's telling you to do more push-ups.
I got to do more push-ups.
Yeah, somebody send it to you. Who? Leanne, put it up there again real fast, please. We see what it is. See, we see a name on there.
Ah, yeah, that's my brother. Yeah. All right, I got you.
So that's you got to push ups. You got to get busy.
Yeah, you see how long your hair is, Daryl? My brother hair is all the way down his back, man.
Wow.
Oh, word. Yeah, I keep mine. I want to trim it. I trim it every now, so I don't want it to get too long. I think they put pulls on the hair or something, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, we got it on. That's what's up. But yeah, it's the puppy doc. What do you guys think?
Have you seen it? I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it. It's some of the stuff that was circulating from all the other docs that were done earlier. things, a couple other people they had on there. But I know the one criticism was outside the doc, just the point they were saying that 50 doing this to tear another black man down was wrong. How do we feel about that part of it? Was it wrong for him to even produce the doc? What do you think?
I don't think so. He been like that with Diddy from 20 years ago. He been on the same. He never switched his energy toward it. He
Right.
kind of always been like that. And now he got the platform to come out against him. I think he would. And if it's something that's really going on like that in the industry, why not say something? Because if Diddy, R. Kelly said, "I'm not the only one," and now you're seeing like it's coming up more and more like these, like with Diddy, and then saying this one and that one. I think you should something like that got to be told. That's how they hold leverage over people in the industry. And if you think, how bad they do those girls, they do the girls bad.
And I saw 50 Cent's interview, and he kind of said that, he doesn't want people to think that is how the industry works. And, why not? Why not put it out there and let people know what's happening?
So some of the complaints were that he doing what he did shouldn't reflect the industry. Right, that was a man, because it's an individual making decisions. It wasn't like he was using rap to do this or singers to do this. This was something that was outside of his creativity that he was part of himself. So it shouldn't put a stain on rap itself.
So if you have one of the most powerful machines in that industry and it's being run this way, why not? Because it influences. That's an influence that runs through the industry. If you're at the head, all of that is going to roll downhill. You, your staff, your crew, going to the artists, the people that you groom, you turn abused people into abusers, and it spreads. It's a virus, and they're saying don't say that about the industry, but you got to realize that happened to Puffy too. Somebody did that to him, and someone did it to the person that did it to him. That did it to him.
Allegedly.
So allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we don't go too much. Some things we've maybe heard or
right.
seen. We can't confirm or deny things. But what I would say, even again, if we take that approach, then should we look at the government that way? Right now, we have a felony in office that has 34 felonies and was accused of some type of sexual misconduct, get the exact terms that were used. So with that now, will we say the same thing for the United States as a whole, or just the Congress, how it's run? I don't think we would put that on them like that, right? But why when it comes to
we should.
Okay. But the choices of it. So I think what we're really saying is more that people, however they get that power, may indulge in some things that are outside of what we consider normal or normality, right?
And the problem with that is, if you're at the top of the food chain, like Vaughn is insinuating, then the people below you start to think that that's okay and start doing it as well. And you mentioned the government. Look at, this person has been already charged with a bunch of mess and
right.
And I shouldn't even say charged, has been found guilty of a bunch of mess. Right. And then the people that follow him, of course they're going to try their hands at all that mess, because if he can do it, why can't I?
Right. Yeah, but so is it more powerful people, or is it these industries that we're going to blame for this? Because it's outside industries. Outside industries, this happens in most places where someone has some type of power that they can hold over someone else. This is when you see these things happen, right? Like we didn't hear when what's his name, the guy from he did a lot of TV shows.
Harvey Weinstein.
Did they say like this is a thing on the whatever industry? I don't know if they really did. They said he was, as an individual animal, that was part of this. They didn't really blame the whole industry.
Well, they did kind of.
They did?
Because remember, they would say, you know, if you want to be an actress, you got to get on the casting couch.
Okay.
So it's absolute power absolutely corrupts. Isn't that the saying?
Right. So, and that's where I'm more leaning towards going. I'm leaning towards the power aspect of it. Independent industry, right?
And it is the individuals, but I think that some industries make it easier to do these things.
Say more, Doc. Say more. Which industries do you feel would be more prevalent? Because I would say if we're going to start any industry,
because I'm thinking about real music and acting in particular, because those are industries where people are like dying to get into them, and they're told all these outrageous things, and are told that they need to do these outrageous things to be a part of it.
Some people are propositioned, others are forced. And forced like unknowingly. Some people have been drugged. Some people into rooms and never come back out. You know, different things like that. So with the entertainment industry, you have to, when you look at industries, like how you were saying, is it in the industry or outside the industry, you have to look at the agenda or the motive of that industry, or what is represented in that machine. A lot of people are exploited. The way that TV and music is very sexualized. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of people that's willing to do anything to get on and to get out their situation. And you take a kid, you take a young lady or a young man that's at the bottom, but they're attractive, they're beautiful, they're talented, and they want out. These girls could have been selling their bodies. When they get into the industry, all right, well, I was only getting this. Now I'll go over here and do this. I'm going to get all of that. Like they just showed the girl, I can't remember her name as a rapper, where she said the executives give her $4 if they $4 million if she let them, you know what I mean? And she was like, when did it change? Like extremities, talking about doing extreme things to them. So these girls, they get done bad, but they get this game.
That's it. Okay.
No, extremities. Extremities.
I still feel like there's a chess club, and the head chess player is getting some advantages over other people because he's the head chess player. I think in anything we do, whoever's in charge, at McDonald's, people are doing strange things to get that extra shift. I think it's just about power, like, and who has it and what I can do to get some type of get close to that power and use it. And if I can get a Saturday off and I just got to give up some butt, people do it. And some of these people have no money. So I think power is just about perceived power. Like, what are we looking for? That's what I say. I don't think it's indiscriminately in any one. Because look at if you're an athlete in these worlds where they get it's the same thing. They have the same thing. These individual athletes who sometimes have money and power and influence and fame, and people do the same thing. They have the same type of. They could have the same type of lives where they're doing this, that, and the next. But I think some people are just, to me, like they just keep going. For me, what I feel like Puff was he went more and more and more. Like what was done Tuesday, I do more. Like if you just come on my nipples, now I need you to put it on my face. I got to go.
Yep.
I need more, and I feel like he just wanted. Like what is that, doctor? When your appetite just gets more and more insatiable. Like you just want. This ain't enough anymore. We were doing this threesome, but it's not enough to do a threesome. We need a foursome now. You know, like that's not Phil Puffy was. He just wanted more and more, and he had this one girl he can control, and you know he stayed with her, which is also interesting. That, and I feel like it's another interesting part. I don't understand why if I have all this money and this girl ain't with it, I'm like, cool, get it, and I'm gonna get somebody here that'll do whatever I want them to do. But I guess your ego gets involved, that them telling you no, and that's what makes you want to now invoke more power and control over them. Doc, what do you think about that?
Say that again.
So, like, for me, if I got money like Puff, and there's a girl who don't want to do something, I'm not trying to force her to do it. I'm gonna get somebody who will, because I know there's a lot of people who will. But for him, when that girl said no, I guess that becomes the challenge, or that becomes the disrespect that he now has to know. You're going to do what I say. You know, when I necessarily see why you have to do that, but that's more of an ego type driven or power control type thing. Okay. Okay. That's I don't understand. I don't understand that part of it.
It's like it's a power. If you Kim Porter's book, did y'all see when they read the book and she read about like the things that she had to do, where when she was pregnant, she let dudes. Puffy had her have a bunch of dudes run a train on her so they could use the energy for the baby.
What?
What for the baby? Yeah, I can hear that.
You take the energy from the baby and they use it in what they're doing. So it was a power thing, but it was dark. It was even darker. Yep.
Take the power from the baby?
Yeah, the energy from the baby. So while she was pregnant, they would do this, whatever. This basically she get gangbang, but they would use it in some sort of, I guess, like a ritual in order to take the power from the baby or the energy from the baby. You have to read. They read her whole book on it.
That's.
But it's the industry. It's the industry.
What is that? Like, where you? That's it.
You don't want to go. You don't want to go down there.
It's a world that we're just not privy to, right? I don't even understand what was said. You said it 3 or 4 times, and I'm still not quite sure what you just said.
It's a sexual ritual to pull energy.
Oh, goodness.
I hear and I kind of comprehend what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense to, like, how do you come up to these beliefs?
Where do you get this? Where does it come from?
How do you get that far from being trail? Like, I have my wife have sex with a whole bunch of men to somehow take some power from me. Like, who tricked you into that to make you feel like that was okay?
Who said it was a trick?
It's always a trick and manipulation. That's always
okay. I get that part. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like you don't. So they make me feel like it's okay. Like, yeah, we power from the baby.
No, so what happened? That's the grooming part of all of this.
Right.
That's the grooming. It's not is really ain't a laughing matter, because that's the grooming part. That's when a lot of people die and a lot of people disappear. And a lot of dark things that you see in this industry. You start looking at these award shows and different things that's going on. You see how it went from being such a festival to it being darker. The stages aren't bright anymore. You start seeing darker things, and not to go down there, but in reference to what she was talking about in the book, it kind of shows when you look at the stage, like, so this is what y'all doing. Our whole industry is super sexualized now, more than it was 20 years ago. From the time from Little Kim, right, who was the first really sexualized female that we saw. Y'all remember back in the day? Do y'all remember when she
What did you say? Who was the
the
first
really
sexualized?
big, the really big sexualized female that we saw in our time for hip hop? She was the first one that I remember.
Okay.
Do y'all remember? You remember when she had to get her stomach pumped? Do you remember that back in the
No.
day?
Who?
So y'all don't remember the video?
Lil
Okay.
Kim, Leanne, Lil Kim.
Oh yeah, I
She's
remember
like,
that.
so she had to, and that was from one of the parties. Remember, Mary J. Blige said she didn't like being with KC and Puff because they kept her high and drunk.
But
Again,
that was kind of the norm in
and,
the industry, right? We can go back to Bill Cosby and they were
nah,
always drugs and Richard Pryor. They
Richard
all
Pryor, yes.
yeah,
but
drugs
what?
Yeah.
was like that's
But the
nothing new. Drugs and what they would
no,
call fun. Like
that
I
wasn't
don't
fun
know
for
if
her
that's
as a
anything
movie.
new, but
I mean, I read Rick James' book,
oh yeah,
and
come on now.
that's
Rick James was
that's
he's over
Bro,
top of all this.
that
but
was
one,
going on way back then.
And he
You
but
let
when
you
know,
you
know
got
he's a super freak, Vaughn. He said, I'm a super freak, not a freak. Remember, freaks come out at night. He said,
yo,
I'm a super freak.
that is for those that signed up for it. What
What
about
do you
those
mean?
that did not? Those girls that was
So
doing that with him, most of them
wait,
wasn't artists.
but remember,
it was the
didn't
thing.
Rick James and his
Yeah,
girlfriend went to jail
Yes.
for somebody that
right.
signed them
Wasn't
to
with
do
it.
Intercourse.
Right,
entertainment.
Yes. They
right.
weren't with it. That's why he went to
Yes,
jail.
That's why he went to the
yes, they
jail.
went to
So
jail.
that's the part, but that's the part I'm talking about. So with the artists, people they try to find ways to control artists and money. You see
Yeah,
what I'm
since the
saying?
beginning of
Like
time. Right.
so you try to find a way to keep them in check. And I just think like if it's true what they say about Puff, then he was put in place as a gatekeeper. Like
Mm.
keep those Negroes in check. And then you had other ones that he wasn't the only one. He just was
And
the
that's the
biggest.
and that's the part. That's the part. Like that's the
He
thing where whatever reason he was exposed. I don't know what allowed it to come to the light now, but I mean he's not the only one, and we learned less about the Jeffrey Epstein files than we know about Puffy, and we know more about
bro,
Puffy than Epstein, which he was supposed to be dealing with women outside. Puffy was using them for his own, from what it sounded like to us, his own use. Epstein
they
was giving them to others, and we don't know anything about Epstein or whoever else was involved
bro,
with him. Or,
let me tell you something. Cassie, the truth about Cassie came out 10 years
allegedly.
ago. No, a dude, all that you saw in that courtroom, 10 years ago, it was a white guy that was on, he told everybody what was going on 10 years ago with her, and nobody listened. And then this came out. And now you got to think, like you said, why is it coming out now instead of the Epstein list? And then they talk about the Epstein list ain't even the real list. It's another one that's bigger than that. And these are the distractions that's going on to keep you from looking at what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? And Puff, you got to
Yes,
think about it.
sir.
Puff is the black one. Throw him out there. Everybody's going to look at him because black people are just polarized. Everybody watches what we do. So everybody looks at
I,
Puff.
I do think that, I mean, part of that is true, but also I think that video that came out really of Patsy and
Bro,
Puffy rocketed this into everybody because now we see it. Before it was always a question because before that, people were like, yo, she lying. We don't believe her. She better go. I mean, so many people had to apologize before that video came out because they were like, she's just not being honest. We don't believe you. You need more people. And then you see this video that is totally appalling. It was just, abhorrent. And now you see
bro.
that makes everything said about him believable now,
And you really
right?
believe,
Because of
and
that.
you
Mm-hmm.
and you really believe that video just so happened to come up. That is a leash. Like I said earlier, that was a leash that they
Well,
had in Puff. And they was
well,
like, okay,
in
now
closing, yes, I think what happened was, remember, Kathy turned over all the stuff she had after she got the money from Puff, and that's how the FBI was able to start to,
yeah.
disseminate some of this stuff. So, it's a lot, and I can't speak to it, all that well, but it was crazy. But I mean, watch it, check it out. Maybe we can talk about it. I don't know. It's a lot going on. But I think what we need to watch for is, it's again, it's that holiday season, and I believe that we have to check on one another because this season, which is also bright and light and jovial, could be the total opposite for other people, right? We do have to check on other people because I know this could be a tough time of the year for a lot of us. Especially if you lost loved ones who won't be around to celebrate, Thanksgiving, and then you have all these other holidays coming up, and it can be a very lonely time for people. For me, even myself, I got to check myself because 2 family members aren't here that that I dearly love that they were, that I crave. And around this time, everything makes you remember everything about them. So it does get tough. And I think we need to check on ourselves and check our friends, and because you can spiral out of control during this season. True. So what if hey guys, what do you think some things we could do to do maybe a self-check first? Because I think we have to check on ourselves, like, hey, put your mask on before you help them with their mask. Okay? So
right.
What are some things we can do to kind of put our mask on? What do you guys think for the season?
I think you first of all make sure you check the basics. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're sleeping well. Okay. Make sure you're doing some self-care, even if it's something little like spending some time to yourself, deep breathing, those kinds of things. So that you know that you're working on keeping your stress down.
Right. So if someone tells you they need time alone, you say no, you don't. So would that be the right thing to say?
No, it would not.
Okay. Right.
No.
Right.
The right thing to say is, okay, how much time do you need? That's what you say.
Are you sure it's not the right thing to say? Because I could swore. Hey, Leanne.
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, I think what?
You need to pay attention. Okay? Before I kick your ass. Okay? Now, like Doc said, I was wrong when somebody told me they needed time to themselves. I said, no, you don't. What do you think? Do you think I was right or wrong?
I think you were wrong.
Okay.
But what do I know?
Right. Well, now I know what to ask. So the question really is, how much time do you need? And then I'll say, you don't need all that. You need half that,
okay? Wait to let your needs be known, Daryl. Way to go.
Well, how about if you know that? If someone says they need 2 days, and you know they really don't need 2 days, 2 days is going to be not good for them. They only need a day. Can you say you only need a day because I know you better?
Wait, how do you know them better than they know themselves?
Maybe say when your friend gets in a funk. You know what's going on, and they're getting a funk, and you know what that funk looks.
Okay,
right. I think sometimes when you're in it, you may not be able to assess truly what you need. Sometimes I don't know if that's true or not. This is my thought. If you're really in it, so like, you know what I mean. I think from what I've seen, a day is what you need, and that's all I'm gonna give you anyway. So you can't work it out in a day. You can't work it. And I know where you live at. So I can come to your house. So you can't have that much time alone. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. What do you think, Vaughn? What are some things we can do?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm a hot mess. So I just
it's good to know that about yourself. Like first part is
I know myself.
Right.
I know myself. I am not a social person like that unless I'm on the stage. So
wow, that's
interesting.
I'm not really social. Yeah. I'm not really social. Not like that. But I'm not. If I'm a person that if I'm in the crowd, I can navigate and be comfortable too. I'm not against that. I think that like you said, you got to know yourself. I don't know how you could do a self-check because if something's wrong, you wouldn't necessarily know. You got to have somebody good around you, at least one person that's going to say, hey, you've been in the house too long. You know what I'm saying?
I respectfully disagree.
Yeah,
No, really, Leah, tell me more.
Because if you're a self-aware person and you know where you are, you're doing your checks on yourself. You know what it is you need. Now, if you're just somebody who
Oh, no, I don't know about that. I
doesn't have,
respectfully disagree.
if you're in therapy and you're going through your go through and you're doing the little things,
Right.
a
man, I have.
professional is more equipped to tell you, okay, yeah, you're okay to be where you are right now,
I
versus your
respectfully
friends,
disagree.
while they mean well and they think that tough love is what you need, it's not always what you need.
So,
Sometimes you just need a soft place to land,
right.
and they are not equipped to know that.
Hmm.
So if
Yeah.
someone is
Hey, Bob, real fast. I agree to that. But maybe you know that maybe your friend isn't being totally honest with the therapist, right? Maybe you know
Oh
more
wow.
than she's telling the therapist, which means the therapist doesn't even have all the information to make an informed decision on how she handles or they handle whatever the situation may be. So
According to
some
you, maybe you're the person that they're not giving all the answers to,
wait,
because they
hey,
know how you will respond. So they
hey,
just hit you with what they hit you
ye-
with
hey,
to
check,
get you to
hey,
shut
look,
up.
with Leah,
and
when you was talking,
maybe
Daryl,
that's not
when
true
you
either.
look, when you was talking, Daryl, her picture that's up there, I pictured her sitting just like that, going, Daryl. With her hand on her face. Like,
I'm,
no.
I'm
But
just, I'm just
I'll say
saying.
this.
Very well. Mhm.
I'll say this. First, people that have relationships with you, they become not addicted, but their whole the way that they maneuver is around the way that you are in your relationship. So your presence in their life, they can tell when something's off. It's like cogs in the wheel. They gotta fit. And when it don't fit, you can tell the
They
machine
must
ain't
have
running
quit.
right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Sorry. I don't know.
so when they when they when they can feel that you're not moving the way that you normally do because it's starting to affect their life outside of what that therapist can look at from their point of view, this person is actually in a fight with you, so they can tell that something's off. So you need both, but if you don't have a therapist, you need somebody that love you, and that's gonna trump everything.
Right. And I agree with Leanne. We kind of got to know, even though I know right now I'm feeling a little off, right? I may not
Mhm.
know exactly what it is, but I'm like, hey, and that's where we got to say, okay, maybe I need to talk to somebody. Maybe I need to investigate or do something, right? So you can do some things on your own, but if you still feel off or you still don't feel quite right, then you have to do the work. Now the problem is if you're feeling off and you don't do the work, that's how you can slip further down the rabbit hole. So it just really has to be. Um, we have to be more self-aware. We have to be
Yeah.
more of how we feel. And I think time goes by, so fast that sometimes we just don't even know we're not feeling good. We don't know we're not feeling right because time is moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Um, and then all of a sudden it's just too late. But you got to really do those check-ins with yourself. You got to take a pause and check in. And how do I really feel? How do I really? Because we don't do that. How many times we really sit down and say, "How do I really feel? I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm good." That's what we say all the time. I'm good. I'm good. And you try to put yourself into feeling better. So yeah, we definitely want to
Yeah.
that round of the season check in with our friends, our families, our loved ones, neighbors, because you don't know who's going through what. That's other things. People may smile, but you don't know who is going through what or what's behind that smile.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
just because the lights are bright doesn't mean everybody is good. And I definitely want to. It's a lot of things are happening. Someone just had a was rushed to the hospital. I know And the other thing is that I'm learning too. They retired recently, I think last year,
wow.
and now they're in the hospital.
That's crazy.
And it's like people need to start living today too. You can't wait.
Yes.
You want to wait until they retire. I'm gonna travel when I retire. Work now, and you give your life to this job or this thing, and when you stop working, and then a year later you're out here, and you don't get to travel, you don't get to do those things. So I would say, find a way to do things now. Live today, right? We don't know what tomorrow may bring.
True.
So it's very interesting, and that brings to a question. I was watching the show, and they were asking the young lady, would she, and this, I know this doesn't go for everyone, but would you want to talk to, well, would you want to talk to God, or would you take $1 trillion? A God for 10 minutes or $1 trillion? Which one would you do? What do you think, Vaughn? What would you take? Talk to God for 10 minutes or $10 trillion? Okay.
I talk to God all the time. Well, I'm gonna take the trillion. Yeah. Wait. I talk to God all the time, so I'm gonna take the trillion. I'm good.
Doc, what do you think? If that's a question that makes sense.
I agree with Vaughn. I'm gonna take the money.
Right.
And still talk.
Yeah. God is free.
Great. So we say
God told me to take the money.
So and it's funny because people are like, oh, people are not believers anymore, and they're talking about money. But I'm having an appointment set up to speak to God at a certain point. So I'm sure. So while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and take this money and do the Lord's work. Gotcha. There's no reason to rush up this conversation. Yeah, no reason to rush this conversation. All right, then what you got for us? Let's get into it. Trying to make people feel bad about picking God. I'm picking money.
Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want.
Tell him what you want.
I want $1 trillion.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can read this.
Yeah, I can't even see that.
Well, let me see.
Let me put on my good glasses.
There you go.
You at that stage where you got different glasses.
Yeah, let me see. I ended up getting involved with the man I was helping, Jack. He's 70 and I'm 52. His wife is going for long periods down in another state, so he's alone most of the time. I've been married for 34 years, and my husband stopped having sex with me after I quit taking birth control years ago. You're 52. I know I was wrong, but I was lonely.
Yeah, it's so weird. That's the weird part. But go ahead.
I was something years. After a while, all the lying I was doing piled up, and I finally told my husband what happened. He says he forgives me, but one of the conditions is that I can't talk to Jack or help him anymore. The problem is I'm so worried about Jack being alone and not having anyone to check after him. I wonder if it's possible to still help him with now that the affair is over, or if that would just yada, yada, yada. So, this is Ressa's post. All right. Doc, or this will cause more trouble. So what happened?
So what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Like, should it be an issue that
he's 70? Wait, he's 72 and can still get her pregnant. He needs an award.
Well, 72 you can still get someone. Well, not her, right? But I think what he was saying was that I guess what she did initially, take the birth control, ruined the relationship. I don't think it happened anytime, but it's been a while because it might have happened. Yeah, it could have 5 years ago, but after that point, he just felt so like, yeah, why are you like? This is not what we planned, so I'm not touching you no more. That's what I took from it. Like maybe it was something like that. So, but I don't know what is so important about Jack that she can't leave Jack alone.
Well, she just explained it that she's worried about him now since he's
Really?
older. He has no one but her. It sounds like. So
Jack was
that
jacking
sounds like
her up.
she's just worried. She's just
Right.
worried about him not having anyone.
Really? Are you not worried about your relationship?
That's
She should
Jack
have
the
never.
plumber.
If she really thought that she would have to spend time with Jack, she shouldn't have made that promise to her husband. Because now you're messing up you're going to start lying again. So either she has to leave Jack alone, or her husband has to become okay with it.
No, there's another
Her
option.
husband gotta
Yeah,
become friends with Jack.
No, there's another option.
There's another
option. You can leave all the motherfuckers alone, okay? There's that option, okay? Because I'm not begging you to not mess with other men or be there for other men. I'm not going to beg you to do that.
Well, he messed up when he stopped. When he stopped sleeping with her, he had to know after a certain, like, that's been years. She's still, you know what I'm saying? She's still raring to go, even if.
But that's not the case because she went to an older man. I think that's why she went to Jack, being 76. Maybe she feels like this is the part of the relationship that I want, right, where we get the talking and the communication, the conversation, the intimacy without intimacy, right? So maybe that's what she's getting from Jack. You know what I'm saying? She's getting the things she's not getting at home. And if she feels comfortable, well, I think she feels comfortable because she's also like, I'm not cheating because I'm not having sex. If you feel like sex is the only way to cheat, this option makes sense to you because you're like, I'm not cheating. I'm not having sex with Jack. Jack's old.
But didn't she have sex with him at one point?
I think she did.
Yeah, I think she said she did.
Not my fault.
And I think she said that now that the affair is over, she wants to just continue a friendship.
Oh, she can. You know, I forgot. So I heard her wrong. I think she can have a friendship with Jack. Because again, they both can kiss my whole entire. I'm moving on. You're cheated. Ain't nothing to talk about. We ain't like. I'm cool on you. I'm cool on Jack, and I'm glad you found somebody that you can be yourself with, that you can care about. I don't care about you anymore. Care about you or Jack.
It's crazy though, because he chose to stop, slinging peen, and she. But I understand the betrayal, feel like you've been betrayed. But if that's the case, you just throw the whole lady away.
But he forgave her, which is why I'm saying at this point, she shouldn't be trying to betray him anymore. He forgave you. Now it's time for you to either be in your relationship or get out of it. Or go ahead.
Throw it away.
But you can't be lying to your husband anymore.
It's a saying. I can't remember what it is. Like, can't turn a something.
You know what? Stop it.
It's a saying. I can't. It's a saying. I can't remember exactly how it goes. But sometimes you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go because it's too much betrayal, and even her still wanting to betray him some more. I got him back, and instead of saying, "All right, hey Jack, I know it's gonna be tough for you. You probably will die alone."
That's the shame.
She's still worried, and that to me is a major concern. We can't move forward after that. She got somebody already. I'm gonna go get somebody. She got Jack. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna get divorced and somebody new. Look at what we got. Yeah, that to me is just and people get themselves in them type of situations real rap.
Yeah. Chili. Fun stuff.
Oh yeah. So this is why you got housewife. What's it? Work wives and work husbands. Yeah. Here, this is what it looks like.
Damn.
You it, Leanne?
Woo! Damn.
player community. So
That's
she
the
said,
wife
oh, you
on the
know,
left.
that's the work wife in at work, and yeah, you don't.
That's crazy.
Well, this is what happens to work spouses.
Why should he do that though? He must have. What did he do? Damn.
What he do? He had a work spouse. What you mean? What he do? You can't be bringing your work spouse donuts and coffee and lunch and calling them. Nah, they take this work spouse too far. And you see, the wife came and took it further. She said, "Hey, listen, I see you texting last night. Good night." And we don't condone violence here. We don't condone violence. Leanne, you condone violence?
Yes.
On the internet.
Yeah, I figured she would. But yeah, we don't condone violence. But sometimes things happen. What we got, Leanne? She's dog walking.
That is terrible.
She said she's willing to go to jail for her love. Yeah.
And while you locked up.
See, that's the worst part about it. You go do that, and now you locked up, and they still with the other person.
Now she really going to take it a step.
Yeah, this was interesting. I thought I had some good debates about this. Let's see.
Listen. In the beginning, you cannot assume that you were the only one.
Instagram post where it's 75% of women who are in relationships have a backup guy.
And so do men, please.
Everybody should.
I don't think that's true.
But you know, like when you're first dating, y'all don't close down your whole list just because you went on one date with a girl you happen to be into. Like that doesn't happen first date. Would you agree with that? No, you won't even agree to that? He's struggling.
Your list is almost always open.
But if I'm really into somebody, I'd blow off everybody else.
And do they know that you blown them off, or just in your mind?
No, I let them know. It's you.
No, I'm talking about the other girls.
No, they don't know.
Exactly. So to me, they're not blown off. They still think something's going on just in your mind, in your head. Nothing's going on. But they might just be thinking, I haven't heard from him. Maybe he's busy this week.
It doesn't matter what they think. It's what's in my head.
No.
Absolutely.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you ask when you're on a date, are you dating someone? Does someone think they're dating you? That's always a follow-up question, because this right here, just because you haven't called her doesn't mean she knows that she's out of the running.
No.
Exactly. So someone might be out here thinking that they're still dating you.
So that would be somebody waiting in the wings.
Yes, there's your backup plan.
But not emotionally.
That's not a backup plan.
To you.
So in all, we conclude that men also have backup plans, as evidenced by this discussion.
No, we don't.
But what conversation did we have? She tried to gaslight him through. She tried to take what he said and said it wasn't what it was. And this was lunacy, because we never discussed that 75% of women have backups. Except the one woman did say, we do what we should. So let's start there.
You know what
Can we at least start there? Do we think that 75% of women have backups? Excuse me?
She got defensive as soon as they said a definitive 75 women have backup plans. She said, and men do too. And then she went
always. They can never talk about something about women and their accounts, bank accounts, not having an account or something. They can't build their accounts. It's always the same. Why, if we're talking about women and they're 75%, can we talk about the women, they're 75%? Anybody? Any of the women on here? Why can't we talk about the women? Okay, so this is great. These women are quiet.
Yeah.
Leanne, do you think that 75% of women have backup plans?
Yes.
See how you did that was women? Very clear, concise, basic point. Is that you believe that to be true?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I don't know if that's a fact. I have no idea to know, no way of knowing if that's a fact.
So in your other relationships you had.
Wait.
Okay, Leanne, take it.
Nah, he didn't ask if it was a fact. He asked, "Do you believe it to
Do I
be
believe
true?"
that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
No, I don't believe that. I don't think enough women have backup plans. That's why they end up with what they end up with.
Hey.
Oh my God. That's why y'all
Hey.
got what y'all got. That's
I
exactly why y'all got what y'all got.
So, but you know what? Hey, Vaughn, so let's bust this bubble real fast. So if we go by the point the young lady was trying to make in her statement about people who may think they're in a relationship with you, or people who are there, or women allowed to be there, we can go most of your inboxes right now, and there's a guy that's been there for 3 years saying good morning, hello. That's a backup plan in that case, because you could have blocked him and he could say nothing ever again. You allowed him to be there for 3 years. Do we believe that to be true or that is false?
Well, I love the way the women respond.
I don't know. I don't have anybody in my inbox saying good morning.
Doc, stop the cat. Doc just told
I can show you my inbox right now on a screen share. I can show it to you right now.
I don't know about that. Leanne, in your inbox, people saying good morning or a guy saying things to you, unprovoked, not asked for. You didn't call for them, but they still come. Is that something that happens?
Now, why you all quiet over there, Lee?
Yeah.
Why she take that deep breath?
Because he knows he got to be able to tell us we're right. Man. Was it Darby? Darby's happy birthday, Vaughn.
Darby?
Yeah.
Thank you, Darby.
So have you ever had a man in your inbox, unbeknownst, unsolicited, give you a good morning?
Ever? Yes.
Right. And did you block him?
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
Remember,
I don't know you.
Right. So there are 25%. Okay. But 3/4 of these women ain't no good. That's what we learned today. Because 75% have a backup plan, which I believe to be true. Right? I believe it to be true. Even if it's the guy allowed to stay in your inbox, that you're allowing to say, because you see all the time girls be like, oh, this guy's been in my inbox for a year. Why? Your ex-boyfriend got blocked.
Somebody told you that they had somebody in their inbox for a year?
Girls show it all the time. They look at this guy. He's been here for this amount of time saying good morning, and I haven't responded. And then he gets mad and say you be, and then it's good morning the next day. Girls post it all the time when guys do.
Wow, that's crazy.
Guys just in there. Just good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. For years. So to me, why do you have that? You could block at any time. Now, why, as Vaughn said, the woman became so defensive, and the first thing she said was men do too. I don't understand why she couldn't just deal with the fact or the perceived fact that was given by whatever study they were using. I didn't even study they were using, and discuss it in a way that say, I don't. Each could say, like the one lady said, yes, we do, and I think we all should have it. Boom. I like it. But that woman decided to go and
we live in a culture of whataboutism. Nobody answers a question without, well, what about what you did? Or what about what he said? Or what about what they did?
That's usually women. That's usually women.
Men do it too.
I'm not saying they don't, but I know time and time again, even in the group, there are questions asked, and they'll first thing to say something about men. And I'm like, this question wasn't about men, right? It was about women. Can we discuss that point first? Even in this one, I was going back and forth because someone continued to talk about men and what they're not doing, and then I hit them because I'm pretty good at this thing. I said, well, if 75% of women have a backup person, which means they're lying, cheating, and deceitful, to have a backup and dating multiple people. And we also have to discuss what dating looks like too. When is this backup person, like, are you full? And then they didn't describe or hatch out what dating meant. Was it just like we're just dating a whole bunch of people, which could be fine, or was it more of a serious? Because it seemed like he was talking about something more serious. Like, once I chose this person, I'm not dating anybody else. I'm just trying to date this person to see what it is. So they never really broke down what dating is. So that I think is a problem. But I would say men don't have backups like that. I would say there's nowhere near 75% of men that have backups. I would say that number isn't
It's
close.
significantly lower.
How many people in your inbox, Daryl?
So, not many, none, I think.
But there are some.
No, I don't think there's any. I think it was like maybe once or twice. And I'm talking about lifetime. Okay, I'm not talking about like lifetime. And I think there were bots. Right, you said hello, and I said hello back, and then it was like nothing. So,
what about you, Vaughn? Anybody ever in your inbox saying, "Hey, how you doing?"
It's my birthday. Everyone's there.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about random women trying to come in your inbox to holler at you is a unicorn, right?
Yeah. And you know what? I think status plays a part in it too, because I know some people who have some status, whether they're a doctor, a lawyer, or some type of profession that women want those men from. The women are in their inbox.
Yeah, yes, but my question would be,
in their inbox.
What are the women that these people want?
Well, it don't matter. If the men are in the inboxes that women don't want, then why does it make a difference?
Well,
if they don't, if you're in somebody's inbox and they don't want you, doesn't matter.
It's a big difference because men are going to pursue women. So you might get a quality man trying to holler at a woman in an inbox, as opposed to if a woman thinks she's that, she usually is not going to go out of her joint to holler at somebody, right? She's going to be hollered at so much already that she don't have to do that, right? Women usually don't. I know a lot of bad joints that
I would think the athletes and the rappers would beg to disagree.
No, they're in their inbox.
I see it. I mean, even if on Instagram, if you look at a post from, I don't know, a Morris Chestnut, you can see thousands of women saying, "Hey, baby, how?" Knowing this man is he's even married.
But
the women will holler. Women will holler at these.
And usually the ones that are hollering are not the ones that are it. Those that are it, they're sliding in their DMs. The men are sliding in their DMs. If I'm bad, I don't need to slide in Morris Chestnut's inbox because people are already sliding your inbox. I'm just going off. I'm telling you, the bad joints don't need to do that.
Want them. That's the point I'm making.
What I'm saying is that the bad joints are not sliding for the most part. Right? For the most part, are not sliding in anybody's inbox. You don't have to because you're already sought out. You're a bad joint. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Okay, I got you.
How many times you slid into my inbox as a bad joint? How many times you slid into my inbox?
Who?
You. Look at Doc's face. See what I'm talking about?
Look, let me tell you something. When I was out there, when I was dating and stuff, the internet wasn't even around. So I never had to slide in nobody's DMs.
But you never had to walk with nobody for the most part either. You know what I mean? You never had to really go and be like, yo, you like me? You didn't have to do that because before you started walking over there, he was already like, you. And you can say yes or no. So, like I said, usually for women, it's a little different. You know, it definitely is different because women are used to
I think it's different, period, right now. I just think it's different because of the DMs, the internet. It's the social media. It's just different. And people are behaving and putting themselves out there differently.
Yeah, and
they put themselves out there as the naked pictures for the advertisement. Now you go to Instagram and order what you want by the naked pictures that they put out there. So I can order what I want. As a man, I'm saying, oh, that's what I'm gonna slide in there. But I already know there's going to be 1,000 emails in there. So hopefully she sees mine. What I'm going to do is be seen. That's the other thing. Women are sought after more than men are sought after. And I'm not saying that there probably are some men that, maybe more attractive women may slide into their inbox or things of that nature. But for the most part, women aren't. They don't have to, because women usually are the ones that we're chasing or trying to get. What do you think,
but you make the point, though, that the competition is so fierce that you do have to put yourself out there a little bit more.
No,
even
I said men do. Men, I think men do.
Yeah,
they
men
what pictures they put. Right. I think by what they're putting on their, that's what they do. They'll be more scantily clad on their videos. They'll be more risque on their videos. So that now, hopefully, whoever they attract, they'll just go through them. And like you see it all the time, this guy's slitting her DM. This rapper slitting her DM. This boy ordered. That's how they meet a lot of times. What do you think, man? Okay, well.
These women they don't even take pictures without it being like a head to bust shot. Like it's always exposing, like it's always selling. So they're always gonna have somebody in their DM, always. Because they don't have nothing on. They showing their whole body. Everybody's gonna hit their DM. They gonna get everybody in their DM, especially if they look halfway decent. Women don't have to try like that. Men do. Men do, no matter what you start, unless you're like, it's the money. The money is your makeup. You know what I'm saying? That's the equalizer. Money and social status. You know what I'm saying? But really the money.
What do you think, Leanne? It's like going climbing through a hole.
That's not. Oh, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking through the computer, man. I lean back a little.
Oh yeah, we heard it. We heard every lean. Very Leanne. We
did. I think you're right.
Well, think about it. In your day-to-day struggle, in your inbox, and that comes with car seats sometimes, they be in there, and you get to choose from who's in there. How many times do you really reach out to somebody first?
I don't know what to address first.
Just all of it. Just this gumbo. Just pick one of it and go in.
First off, you petty. Secondly,
nobody caught that. Only we know what that meant. But go ahead.
Secondly, I don't reach out at all. I'm never the person that goes first.
Right.
I only pick from what's coming in.
Right. And you have time to disseminate. And I think it's more, and I'm going to use this word, but it's more garbage than substance for the most part, right? So you're throwing people out left and right through just what you see and what you read, correct?
Correct.
Right. I mean, even on my time on internet, on trying, date, I don't, and I'm dope, okay. And I didn't get a lot of people reaching out first. And the girls that did reach out first, no thank you. Like, you have a lot of confidence. Like, you make me feel like, man, you shouldn't even be reaching this level. So, and I would have to reach out. And even in that, you reach out a lot. From my understanding, like only 10% of the guys close on those type of apps, right? Because think about it, if your profile isn't, showing something that is, say if they like your picture, but then your profile somehow has a Lamborghini in it, that Lamborghini is going to be picked. I got time.
Gotta have the right beat. You gotta have the right beat.
Right. But I do hear some women saying they don't want to see that stuff anymore. We don't want to see the expensive watches and the cars and the boat. Like some people say, I don't know how true it is, but we don't want to see that. That's just too, it's like you're flashy and it's like you're trying to get something with your picture. So I don't love it.
Yeah, that's definitely that's why it's in the picture. You want to sit here? You want to sit in this car? We can have this argument in this car or on this boat. What you want to do?
Yeah, go on that boat if you want to. I'm gonna say no. But I think it's a high number of, and like I said, men don't even. It's tough enough for most men to get one woman. So I can't even see him having two. Like there are some that can maneuver that way, but even the study, what I saw was that, and it only talked like 18 to 30, that a lot of those men are not having any sex. A lot of men say they haven't had sex within the last year at least, or virgins. So men are having a lot less sex as opposed to the counterpart women who are having more sex than men. Not saying a lot more, but more than men. So young guys.
Women having sex with each other? Is that why?
No, older men. They said from 18 to 30, and they said that the same women are meeting men that are 30 to 40 or up, and they may be engaging with sex with them. But the younger guys are not benefiting right now, and that could be. Well, I think because you haven't get your stride yet. You're still playing Fortnite. You don't have enough money to take a person on an appropriate date, and maybe somebody who's more established in their career, has some things going, can do the things that maybe you can't. That's what I guessed. It didn't really give that answer what I saw, but they did say that the numbers are down. Both numbers are down on both sides, men and women, but men are way down. I think it was like 7% of men in that age group were actually having any type of sex. So like I said, it'd be difficult for them to have one, and then have a backup. Yeah, some do, right? You're always gonna have some that do, but for the most part, I don't think men are on the same level as women right now, who are the leading deceitful, cheating people out there who are destroying the relationships.
Those no-gooders. Hey y'all, I gotta go to my birthday dinner. I talk to y'all later, man. All right,
well, have a good one, man. Happy birthday.
Good night. Happy birthday.
Right, hey, Leanne, what were you laughing at just now? I didn't say anything funny. I just pointing out some facts, and you decided to laugh. What made you chuckle?
I don't got nothing, homie.
I just want to ask what made you chuckle, because I didn't think I turned to Dave Chappelle all of a sudden when I just was speaking about, some facts. You cool?
You a liar?
Leanne, if 75% of women have a backup plan, how can they be trustworthy?
That's the same thing as saying 75% of men have a side chick.
But you can't. That's not what the study states. There's nothing that supports.
We don't know which study was where this was Was it peer reviewed?
So that I don't know. Remember, whatever they said on this show, right? So we don't know where that study comes
really
from.
Take this serious.
Well, what I will say, what I did look up did show that sex is down, but men, it's way down, especially young men. It didn't have anything it didn't give me numbers on 30 and above when I saw it. But young men sex is way down for them.
But didn't they say that young men aren't really dating? So that would explain part of that. If you're not dating, you're not meeting anyone to have sex.
So this happened over time, because what happened was, remember with incels, so when men felt like they were not able to get women to begin with, that's when incels came about, right? Involuntary celibate, because women aren't given. So this has been something that has been going on for a while. So I think what incels turned into is like, I'm not dating, I'm just gonna play games. Like, I'd rather hang out with my friends and go to sleep or pay for it if I am getting it, right? So yes, I think it's down now, because now people are just more comfortable. I think there was a study in a group that also said women are not dating or having any type of sexual relationship yada 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 because of whatever. Which means the same thing. If you're not doing anything, no relationship can come from that. So it seems on both sides where people just don't want to be touched anymore. Well, I'm like 75% of women do want to be touched. Only 25% of you out there ain't doing it. So, which is interesting because that means it sounds like it means women are kind of dating the same men. Right? If a lot of men aren't having sex and this one group is, they're dating the same kind of man, which is interesting, very interesting. But like Leanne, you are kind of right. But we do have to find more about the study, where it come from, what does dating mean? Is it 1 or 2 dates? Is it serious dating? What does that mean? And what is dating? Because we just go out and get coffee. Technically, that's a date. Do they include that? And if I'm just going out and get coffee with you for the first time, do I need to tell you I'm dating other people? I don't believe so. If we, talk a couple times and we feel like it's something, I think it naturally progresses and you will just not have time to talk to anyone else. That's what I feel. But everybody's different. How about you, Leanne? What do you feel? Do you feel you should date one person at a time, or can you date multiple people?
Just speaking in general, not for myself, I feel like you should date as many people as possible.
Okay.
Just date all over the place, because you gotta have a pool to pick from. Huh?
And then let it just let whatever rises to the top, and everything else will fall off.
Exactly, because if I'm saying this, but I don't believe any of it.
I was about to say, Leanne cut. She need one person. Like, I ain't talking to nobody else. Like, he just said hi.
Because I'm the type of person that I need to give you my undivided attention. Because if I have too much going on, it's too much, and I start mixing up stuff.
So Leanne meets you, and I think this is why she scares guys off. When she meets you, you guys are dating. You're in a relationship.
Absolutely. You need to know it.
Like, hey, what's your name, Leanne? Hey, Leanne, I'm Ralph. Leanne, like, hey, Ralph, you're my boyfriend now. Leanne definitely is on that type of time. But I respect her. She knows where she's at, and she doesn't want to date a lot of people, right? She doesn't. But I just think it's tough. It's kind of scary when you be like, so we're in a relationship. See, I don't talk to nobody but you since you said hi. Is it? I don't say hi to nobody else. That's kind of scary. Like, hey, I'm gonna leave this one alone. Stage 4 cleaner. I mean, I think Leanne's way it works best. Even for me, back in the day, if I try to date multiple people, then it's like 2 or 3. Like each of them have something different, and I don't want to lose it. And they make one complete person, so I just keep them all. They just don't know about each other. See, that becomes a problem. Like, they don't have to talk. So that's why I think I'm with Leanne. When you date, I agree of trying to date one person at a time to see what that is before you add another person dating, because this gets confusing, and you're getting the best part of everybody. So, like I said, then you can fall in love with pieces, so that's, you don't want to do that. So I guess as long as you bring your car seat. Yeah, give us one more before we get out of here.
The disrespect.
But, it's kind of late, so I guess some people won't be watching this broadcast at bedtime. A woman takes coworker on date after hearing he hasn't been on one in 6 years because he didn't think he was attractive. Is that a good thing or bad? What do we think?
I think it's a bad.
Tell us more.
Because she's selling false hope. You go out with somebody one time, what does that do? That don't boost their ego. It just says, "Oh, you felt bad for me and gave me a pity date." Oh,
Right. I can see that. Doc, what do you think?
I think I agree with Lee. It could turn bad. I mean, I get the intention and I get where it was from her heart to try to make him feel good, but clear. I mean, the discussion has to be extremely clear, and even then, it could still lead to him feeling something negative about it.
So one of the comments was very interesting, and I think a gentleman asked who paid for the date. I don't think that's a very important question. Very important, because if he paid for the date, she set herself up for a free meal. That's diabolical. That's so. How does it work? Because she's like, "Hey, can you take me out? I'll go out with you." And he's like, "Sure. Where you want to go? Let's go to Eddie V's." Okay, on me. That's crazy. He didn't pay for her to go. You know what I mean? That to me now becomes, that's wild. Now, I can't read it. It's too small. Does it say where they went or anything in there? If you know, okay. So I really wonder where they went. And like you said, what happened after that? Because I think sometimes when things can look a certain way, if I can have delusions of grandeur and feel like, you know what, this went really well. I know it started out as a pity date, but I think she likes me. She laughed, she smiled, she engaged with me. Now at work, when I see her, I'm like, "Hey, girl, hey," and we're dating. And this can turn ugly. This is like the beginning of Snapped. I've seen these type of episodes where now he's like, "You're mine," and she's like, "You're what?" It was just or whatever. So it definitely is dangerous. I don't know if he could have went anywhere with him. Maybe they could have gone on. And even the picture is crazy. Like she's leaning on him. And if he hadn't had a date, this is, whoa, he's feeling good about himself. But then what happens after that too? Like after you do that, what happens? I felt good today, and then I go another 6 years without a date. I don't know. And how this is a real last statement I have, question I have. How good she wanted to be there for him because he didn't feel attractive. How far did this day go? How friendly was she?
You can tell by the picture how far this date went.
I think it went all the way.
Yeah, all right.
You see how
what would make you think that?
Still a smile again. You don't smile that way for a pity date. The way she leaning on it, like, "Hey, I didn't know he was going to do all that." I wonder how far the date went. I mean, if the date just went to we went out to eat, that's not a spare. But look at his face. He's leaning in too. And she had the little shorts on. Oh yeah.
Why he look wet?
Because she just got done. that nigga was humping like they know tomorrow. So yeah, I wonder how far the date went. And either way, like you said, I think it's I get her thought to like I want to do something for him, but it's like but it's like what happens after this? It's not going to be an everyday thing. It happened one time. Is she going to do it again? And how many times does she do it? And then he starts bleeding. It's just tough. Like sometimes it's better to not have engaged in something than to have a taste of it and not have it again. Right? Because you never had it. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know how bad it hurts. But now I had this fun. We went out. This was great. I see you, but I know it's nothing else. It can be no more. Now it's a different pain I feel. You know, I feel a loss. You know what I mean? Because I don't have this anymore. So I think that is the real problem with the situation, right? I think because you leave this person down with a hole in their heart. You know, like there are people. It's better to love than lost. Never lost the law. Loved it all. Get that. It's better never to love. It's gonna be hurt. I want to feel like I never had it. So I think it's gonna be tough for him going forward. I hope they do a follow-up story on that. Maybe they do a behind the story and he can talk about it. Yo, really fun date, but she never talked to me again. And I hate her now. Like, you know, it was interesting. But let's get out of here. Long birthday. I'm gonna go meet him. Probably not. Leanne, you're gonna be performing tomorrow, or no?
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Okay, where are you gonna be at?
Pennsgrove,
Okay.
New
Let's
Jersey.
go. Everybody, my Pennsgrove, New Jersey. This spot is popping. It's definitely. You know, I would say
you are the pettiest person I know in the world.
I would say get there early. It gets filled up quickly, standing room only. So I would definitely pull up early as possible. It's how many poets, or is it a time period? It's a lot of poets. How it work?
10 poets. 5 minutes for each poet to speak their truth.
Okay.
So come out, hear Leanne speak her truth, and like I said, get there early because this space, this spot be rocking. It's a little far drive from here, but it's worth it. And I think I'm gonna pull up tomorrow because keep hearing all these good things about this spot. Like, and I really champion this spot. It's a spot that I consistently say, "Hey, Leanne, you need to go back."
All right, we need to wrap this up. The tomfoolery that is happening right now, people are deliriously talking.
Hey, when you support your people, this is how they respond. I'm supporting Leanne in her journey at this spot that is hot that I keep telling her to go to, like, go back.
Thank you so much for everybody that has been reaching out to us on the Facebook page.
That's been showing up to the Pennsgrove spot.
Keep following us.
3 of us.
YouTube. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscription. Hit that like button. Make sure the notifications is turned on so that you can come and help us out with the tomfoolery that goes on here.
Yeah, don't forget the TikTok, everything around the way. Excuse me, nothing but answers TikTok, nothing but answers Facebook, nothing but answers YouTube. Please. Thank you. Go to all those things and leave comments and all those type of things. They said somebody said something. I think they did. What are they saying? Hey, bye. Jolene. All right, so everybody, thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week. Have a good night. Everybody be safe. Leanne, hit the... See you later, Jolene.
Bye.